I was interested in footwear because I was so into skateboarding and my shoes were always falling apart, and thinking about the next shoe that I was going to get and the features that it would have compared to the last one and how it would hold up better. And I started thinking about what my senior project would be, and I thought had to be footwear, obviously, but had to be footwear for a reason. My goal was actually to make a shoe from 100% recycled materials. So I had a lot of plans, and a lot of these plans were just like a little sketch. Like right there. We're gonna just check the prototype for how far down to do it. So about like ½ an inch. And then that's gonna be our reference. That's the top part. We just have to do the same thing for the bottom. So that's the finished tongue. And then things changed. I thought about biodegradable footwear. I thought about the closed loop and how if you wanted to make something sustainable, it had to either go away naturally on its own or it had to feed back into the creation of another one. And I started going crazy with the dictionary, looking up terms and thinking about recycled versus recyclable. What if the shoe can be turned into another shoe or turned into something else? So I started thinking about all of that, and then I got to what I currently have, Traction Tree, with kind of making a hybrid of all of those ideas. So I used sustainable products, cork. I used cork for my sole. The cork tree, the bark is stripped off every 9 years, but the tree remains the same. I also used natural rubber, which is a natural product, not necessarily sustainable, but it's natural and has a smaller effect on the environment than synthetic rubbers. And then the uppers are made from plastic waste, so it's a recycled canvas. So I kind of put all of those together in one. This is in a ghosted view, which allows you to kind of see the space inside, which is really, I think, helpful for modeling. These grooves kind of mimic the way that the shoe would flex, so that the sole doesn't actually bump into itself almost, and it flexes naturally with the foot. That's kind of like the modeling aspect, and that's how this translates into cutting it on the CNC and then getting the sole in the end. So I bought these from IKEA, and they come in like 2 packs. It's called a hajartalig. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what they call it. But I use it to make soles. The cork that I've used has changed a little bit. When you look at this one, you can see kind of like a higher or a larger, almost like grain to it, whereas the one on my prototype has a smaller grain. And the reason I've selected this is it's actually stronger because the particles are larger and they won't crumble as much. So it makes it a lot stiffer, a lot stronger, and better for making a sole. I think that these techniques and processes and materials should just be applied to most shoes, and the idea that saving material and saving the earth at the same time by using better materials should just be applied to everything, even if it's not at this like hyper focused point where it was for this. Yeah, I think the companies that are trying this just need to see that it's something that's going to be accepted, and I think more and more they are seeing that with people's choices.